Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tuddies. I'm here with Franke, and I am Tubbs. And we are presenting to you Tanks and Tuddies episode 111. First week of NCAA is under wraps? No.
Yeah, that works.
It's wrapped up. We'll talk about our teams, a couple of the big shockers. And NFL gets underway this week for us. We will also have an update on the Tubbs pick tracker for 2024 for college football, as well as Paige's picks. Maybe new for some of you. We don't know. We'll remind everybody what that is all about, and we'll get into the picks, and then we'll wrap it up with immaculate grid and send you on your way. So, Franke, how was your weekend?
My weekend was busy. Caught a flight Thursday night. Had a layover in Atlanta. Had to go to a wedding in Milwaukee this weekend for our friend Beeks. So we got there into Milwaukee at about 12 o'clock on Friday morning at that point. Picked up a car, drove over to one of our other friends' apartments about 30 minutes outside of town, stayed there for the night. Friday, we went to the wedding. Great wedding, beautiful place. Friday night, stayed at the hotel. It was a very nice hotel. We actually ordered room service for the next morning. Breakfast delivered straight to our hotel room. It was honestly one of the best breakfasts I've ever had, and made it better that I didn't have to leave my hotel room. It wasn't fairly expensive. It was what I would have spent at a normal restaurant, and I got restaurant quality food, so wasn't upset with that. And then, so Saturday morning, we got up, drove to my parents' house, saw my family, both my sets of grandparents, since I was in town, figured I might as well see everybody. And then Sunday morning, I was up at 3 o'clock, drove back to Milwaukee, had to catch a flight by 7:05. Got to Atlanta, had a 2.5-hour layover in Atlanta. Atlanta's a wild airport if you've never been there. I won't get into it too much, but just the layout is not grand. And then from Atlanta, flew back to Memphis. We were back home by 12:30, got picked up back in our apartment by 1 o'clock. And then I pretty much just played college football after unloading everything. Well, actually, Sunday we watched some shows. We started Ozark because Paige has never seen it. And then we started Gossip Girl because she's been telling me I need to watch Gossip Girl. So just starting those. And then, Monday I played college football almost all day. So
very nice.
How was your weekend?
Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. I might be coughing here for a while. My weekend started good, then went shitty, and then finished very good. So I'm going to go back to Thursday. My brother, he's a senior in high school. It was his first game of the season against the hometown team's biggest rival. Absolute shootout. Final score was 69-42.
Nice.
Hometown team ended up losing. But the whole game, I couldn't stop joking about, hope you have the over. Yeah, not a whole lot of defense in that one. Brother's team lost, unfortunately, but the team they played, the rival, they went up a division because they have a bigger population. So not a bad loss. They're outside their division. So I don't know if you know how Michigan high school sports work, but for playoff rankings in your division, it's just solely based off your division games. So it doesn't even really matter. But it was really cool. My brother actually had the only defensive stop for his team. The team they played scored every drive except for this one. My brother recovered a fumble. So that was pretty fucking sweet. But he played good. The safeties aren't it, man. They got beat over the top so much. I wish they posted stats just so I could read you the box score. Because I bet that quarterback probably had 450 yards passing and 120 rushing. And then it's a set of twins at this school, actually. One of them is a quarterback, one's a receiver. One of them's playing at Grand Valley, and then one's going to Michigan Tech. So they're studs. I think they're both 3 stars, but or maybe
I'd probably only put about 25 hours into them a week. But
you could probably snag them at Kentucky for sure. You probably could just snag
100%
offer. So, but yeah. So then Thursday night we stayed at my parents because we had a flight, Sid and I, on Friday morning at 7 out of Detroit to go to Philly. But unfortunately, we woke up Friday morning and Sid, thank God, checked her phone to check the flights and fully canceled, pushed back a day. So we were obviously super bummed, couldn't believe it, like double, triple checking, like what the hell. We did get lucky though. We were staying with our aunt that lives in Philadelphia, so it's not like we lost money on the hotel. But so Friday we ended up just making the best of it. We went and tailgated the MSU game. That was fun, and then just hung out at her place, watched the Michigan State game, and then went to bed real early because the flight was the same time Saturday, 7 a.m. now. So flew out to Philly on Saturday. Got to her aunt's place, or no, her aunt picked us up from the airport, dropped us off downtown, and we just went to town. We hit all the historical stuff, the Rocky Steps, the Rocky statue. The Rocky statue's funny. Sorry, my weekend recap's gonna be super long. I don't really go on trips much, so I get real excited when I do. But the Rocky statue had a line literally down the block to take a picture with the statue, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here for an hour for a picture that I'll never really go back and look at. So what we did is we went to the side of it, and I was going to get a picture with it, like on the side, but you could see the line. So I just snagged a quick picture of the statue. And then we walked up the steps, hung out for a second. It was really hot. What else did we see? We saw all the history. I won't go through it all. But I'm just trying to make sure I hit anything major. No, just some history. Oh, they did have this thing, Eastern State Penitentiary. Penitentiary. Yeah. That's how you say it, right? Am I saying that right? They had a thing you could do an audio tour. So you get a pair of headphones and you walk around on your own and you listen on this little like old school tape recorder. You hit a button and it plays it and it talks about it. That was super cool. We spent like an hour or two there. And then we went back to her aunt's place. What did we do Saturday night? Oh, watched the Michigan game Saturday night. Had some steaks. They were delicious. Shout out to Sid's uncle. And then Sunday was kind of our go have drinks and have a fun day. I think we saw a couple tourist stops on Sunday. No, Sunday we went and had lunch at this place called Angelo's, dude. Best pizza and cheesesteak I've had in my entire life. It was so good. So we got there. They opened at 11, and at 10:30 we got there, and there was already a line down the block. So we hop in line and we stood there for about half an hour. The line went quick though. You ordered, and then we went back to the car, hung out for a second, and then got our food and ate. Amazing. And we went to this place called Magic Gardens, just some super cool art and stuff. And then from there, we went to this place called Putt Shack. It's putt, but super arcadey, so there's no strokes. It's just points for getting it in the fastest, basically. But you don't do the points yourself. There's like some electronic in the ball, so it can tell when you hit it, and it can tell when it enters the hole.
That's kind of dope.
Sid ended up beating me. But she had like 3 hole-in-ones. Like, how do I compete with that? There was one, you would have loved this one. So it was this ramp up, and then it goes around. And then if you went up top, you could get plus 10. So I went up top, got the plus 10, but then right below it is a roulette wheel. And if you landed in red, you missed and went like to the side of the hole. So you had like a 2-putt in. I think I 2-putted. I went in red. But then if you went in black, you got a hole-in-one. But you didn't know that at the time. So Sid went first. She went in black, got the hole-in-one. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to get the plus 10, but hopefully it drops in black. Dropped in red. But
was the roulette wheel like spinning too?
No, it was just stationary. It would have been cool if it was. But I think it randomizes when you go, like 50-50 shot to get a hole-in-one, basically. But, yeah, that was pretty cool. And then we just kind of bar hopped for a little bit. We had a dinner reservation at 6:30. I don't really, like, eat at nice restaurants very often. So at first I was, like, almost nervous, like, out of my element. But it was really fucking good food. So what we did is we got a bottle of wine. It was Sid's birthday on Sunday. So we got a bottle of wine, and then we just got a couple apps and like one meal. So we got crab cakes, which were the biggest ripoff of all time. It was like $30, and you only got 2 crab cakes. They were fucking delicious. Don't get me wrong, but for the price, I'm like, are we?
Were
serious?
They big?
They were probably about that big. So a few bites worth, but it was really good. And then we got the Bang Bang shrimp appetizer. That was fire. And then it was Sid's birthday, so she's like, I really want to get sushi. You know me, I don't like sushi. I told Sid like a few days ago, actually. I was like, I don't know why I don't give sushi another go. Like, I like everything that's in it. Why don't I just eat it? And she got sushi at this place, and it was fucking incredible. So good.
Yeah.
So good. And I think the reason I thought I didn't like sushi is I tried it when we were in college. Remember the C store had sushi?
Yep.
So I tried that, and I was like, this isn't good. And Yeah, this shit was fire. So then
When you get fresh premium sushi, it is by far
it was
top of the
really
line.
good. I
Yeah.
wish we could go back and not get the crab cakes and get 2 of the sushis because that was fire. And then let's see, Sunday. Oh, after dinner we just Ubered back, played some games with her aunt and uncle, and then went to bed. We were pretty tired from all the doings. And then Monday we just had a relaxing morning, had breakfast, swam in the pool for a little bit, and then flew home Monday, and we had our fantasy draft Monday night. But yep, Sid, if you're listening, I'm sorry if I missed like something awesome. It was an amazing trip. There's just so much to fit and to talk about. But we got everything done on our list except for one thing. So I'd call that a W while missing a day. So anyways, enough about my weekend. That was a long recap there, but I don't really go on trips much, so I love to talk about it. Oh, another thing. Remember when we flew to Vegas and I was like tweaking?
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize I'm afraid of flying. So now that I've kind of picked up that that's a thing that I'm going to have to deal with the rest of my life, I take Dramamine like right before the flight. So the flight there was actually cake. Like I just kind of the takeoff when your stomach gets a little uneasy. Didn't really fuck with that. But then the landing, Sid and I both said we didn't realize like we were even descending until we hit. Like it was so smooth the way down. But then on the way home, on the way up, it was so bumpy and shaky. And I'm like, oh, I'm losing my hands were all sweaty. I was like beet red. And then once we got to cruising altitude, we were good. And then the descent was bad. I think it was windy or something because I was sweating. But got home safe, not an issue. I am afraid of flying, but I can get through it. I've got ways to get through it now. So weekend recap done. Dynasty update, we don't have one. We didn't play last week.
I think we played 2 games, and the only update I have is I lost both. I'm on a losing streak. Kentucky looks rough.
I think I played 1 maybe after we recorded, and then you played 2 because I advanced. But I won my game. I think I played Penn State and I won. But
I have a personal dynasty update. I had mine with Memphis going.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my second season. My quarterback was dog cheeks, and I had lost. I started the season 0-5.
That's bad.
Well, in my recruit, I just couldn't get recruits because I kept losing. So I was like, fuck it. I'll simulate till the end of the season, take a new job, whatever comes, great. I accidentally simulated too far. I got fired and rehired at Central. So okay. I deleted it and started a new one with Wisconsin. And I'm 4-0 with Wisconsin.
Okay.
Chip Jason is at Wisconsin now.
I don't know if I said it last week, but I just recently won my championship at Michigan as an OC. So I'm trying to get a head coaching job, but all of them in my eyes are downgrades because I'm at my school. You know what I mean? My alma mater on that one's like Central or something stupid I didn't really understand. I'm in year like 2031, so I'm like committed now. But I want to get I'm hoping my head coach retires and they'll just grab me eventually.
The issue I'm running into right now with my Wisconsin one is we're trying to recruit running backs. But with I'm only doing 5-minute quarters on All-American. And for playing style, you need a shit ton of rushing yards a game. So like my team is averaging like 90 rushing yards a game, and my play style is a D- for running backs. And I'm like, what do I do with that?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot one crazy thing in Philly that happened. So they had this bus that you could take from like historical spot to historical spot. So we were all on that. The pass was like $5 for the day or something. So we were on that all day. And at one point I think we were on our way to the prison, and the bus driver's like he's like yelling. He's like, whoa, whoa. And the way the bus was set up, you couldn't see where we were sitting in front. So I'm trying to see what's going on. And then he pulls up, he opens the door and he's like, are you all right? Stopped in the middle of the road. And there's this young kid, probably like 22, 23, just white as a ghost, like freaked out. So I'm looking and I notice there's a motorcycle laying on its side. And then I'm like, did this dude just get hit by a car? And then sure as shit, we look up, there's a car pulled over and the bus like pulls up. And he's like yelling at the lady. So this dude on a motorcycle got hit. And the bus stopped. It was nice. The bus stopped, blocked traffic, so he was able to pick up the motorcycle. It was leaking some sort of fluid. And I'm just like, holy fuck, what are the odds? Yeah, Philly's a crazy town. It also, lots of weird smells. But that's probably true of any big city. But like as you're walking every so often, you get a smell of piss and shit. It's kind of gross. I couldn't live in a big city. But anyways, that's the end of Philly. So locks and long shots. I had a crazy week on my locks and long shots. So last week I said Howard plus 36.5. I flipped. At first I wanted Rutgers. Then I wanted Howard because I'm like, that's a lot of points. And I looked at, previous, obviously, what did I say last week? Howard has never not covered.
Against Rutgers, yeah.
Yep, against Rutgers. And sure as shit, Rutgers covered by half a fucking point. And guess how they did it? I didn't watch because I wasn't in Philly. I was tailgating, I think. But Rutgers scored a touchdown with 9 seconds left. I'm assuming the clock was moving, and they somehow scored with 9 seconds left. It was like a 20-yard touchdown to cover by half a point. So I'm requesting that the NCAA starts an investigation into Rutgers, especially New Jersey. There's some mob ties there. They're definitely betting on the games because why are you scoring with 9 seconds left when you're up? I mean, they were up 37-7. Why
is Greg Schiano still the head coach?
Probably.
He's Italian. Yeah, he is.
Mob ties. I'm telling you. Can we get an investigation started? That's insane. It's the most heated. When I saw that, it's the most heated I've been about a spread when I have no money on it. I was just fucking pissed. I can't hit a lock for the life of me. But that's fine because we're back this week. The Lions are back. Sunday night versus the Rams at home. Not a revenge game because we already beat them in the playoffs. But Kelly Stafford won't be there, unfortunately, so we can't boo her kids. But we're still taking the Lions minus 3.5. Have you seen that, by the way? You're not on Lions Twitter, so you probably haven't seen it. But she, in the playoff game, she was making some story about the Lions fans were booing her kids.
Yeah, really, we talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now Lions Twitter has been all over her shit about, can't wait to see you in Detroit so I can boo your kids when they get on the Jumbotron. Like, obviously joking.
Well,
maybe
plus
not,
she cheats on Matt Stafford, or did.
Exactly.
But...
She's the worst person. So now she's playing this victim card of like, oh, look, they want to boo me, blah, blah, blah. And it's literally just all satire. But she's not going to be there. She announced that her and the kids are staying home because she's scared. Lions minus 3.5 on Sunday. I've got 3 locks this week, by the way. Football is fully back. Texas minus 7.5 Saturday in the big house. Just an emotional hedge. That's all this is. I'm not going to say a word about Michigan because there's going to be an in-depth analysis coming up, but just an emotional head. Texas looked very good in their game. Michigan didn't look great, but we'll get into that. And then the third one here, Eagles money line minus 135. I don't want to call it like hopping on a bandwagon, but I'm heavy on Eagles in fantasy this year, so I need them to have a big year. They're playing in Brazil against the Packers. The Jordan Love hate has reached its summit, and I got to ride with the Eagles here. Not going to be mad if I'm wrong about this one because I'll just claim that they were in Brazil. They retired. So I forgot to say my record, 22-21-1, just about as average as it gets when it comes to picking spreads. So long shots here, 11-30-2, not good, but Scuba Cy Young, I got it at plus 1,600. He's now minus 5,000. I want to say Burns was plus 2,000 last I looked, and then Clase was also plus 2,000. I'm sitting in a good spot. Burns is going down, Scooble's staying the same, and Class A has been phenomenal. I also placed a Class A bet at the beginning of the year that pays out $2,000. So not going to be mad if Class A wins it because it makes me more money. But I think Scooble's got this one locked up.
Burns and Class A are both plus 2,000, yes.
Yep. So I got Class A at plus 2,000 before the season. I don't even remember why I bet it. I think I hit another bet and I was like, fuck it, let's take a reliever. But I don't think he has any shot because there is a reliever of the year award. I saw somebody online was comparing Class A's stats and Gagne's stats the year he won it. But that was also before there was a reliever of the year award. So Class A's got that locked up. And
what's crazy is we're a month away from the end of the season, and pretty much the only award that hasn't been decided is the AL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Yep. Well, NL Rookie seems to be flip-flopping a little bit between Merrill and Skeens. Where's that one at now?
Merrill's minus 1,000. Skeen is plus 500.
Did you see? This brings me to another point. A month or two ago, there was a guy that had Skeens to win the Rookie of the Year before he got called up at plus 5,000, and it paid out. It was $10,000, so he cashed it out for $8,000. That guy's sitting pretty right now.
Yeah,
because everybody gave him shit for it. He's got it locked up, and then Skeens just fell off the face of the earth.
I would like to argue that Jackson Chourio should be higher than plus 1,200, but it's whatever.
Not when there's a guy out in San Diego doing way better, though. Same position, too.
Yeah, but have you seen what Churio's been doing over like since the All-Star break, actually?
No, dude, it's football season.
He's been like top 5 player in the league, but
anyways, back to my long shots. Terrion Arnold over 2.5 picks. I really hope he gets one week 1 just so I can be like, told you guys, let's go. But it's plus 120, so lots of season. I think he gets 3 picks easy, especially with our defense. I think our defense might be good. We'll get into that. Actually, we probably won't get into it too much till next week. Well, maybe during Paige's picks. Last week, Minnesota money line. This was for the Dynasty. They lost. They lost by 2, so they covered the spread, but they didn't win. Did you see they missed the game-winning field goal, and then the fireworks went off?
So I was watching it on the plane on Friday,
okay,
and then I was deboarding when the end of the game was happening, so I missed the game-winning field goal.
Yep, I think it was like a 41-yarder, and he put it left. And then I don't know if the fireworks guy missed the memo, but he lit off the fireworks. So not a good look there, but it was a good game. So that's a tough L there. But this week we bounced back. Ravens moneyline Thursday versus the Chiefs plus 130. The only thinking here is the Ravens are a great team. The Chiefs are a good team, but I think Mahomes eventually has to fall off with no receivers. And I don't think Xavier Worthy is that guy. I don't think Hollywood Brown plays. And then he's just got Kelsey. I don't know. Feels like a good spot to take.
You're kind of forgetting one guy.
Who's that? Oh, Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice.
I think he gets a DUI on the way to the game, so he doesn't play. No, I'm just kidding. I did forget about him. Man, they do have weapons this year. But Hollywood Brown definitely not going to play, and I'm just not in on Xavier Worthy. I think he's a glorified kick returner, really.
What about Pacheco?
I think Pacheco's great. I didn't say anything about the run game, but I feel like Pacheco's not that involved in the pass game.
I mean, he might have to be.
Excuse me. But, yeah, I think Xavier Worthy is going to have a good career, but as a returner, similar to Devin Hester, you don't ever see highlights of Devin Hester catching the ball. So, but still a great player. So, not hating on the speed, just hating on the hands. And then my last long shot, I went crazy just because NFL is back. Lions money line as well as the over 50.5. This is plus 184. I feel like this is two defenses that just haven't really done shit in the last couple of years. They didn't really do shit to change it too much. Listen, I love my Lions, and I'll probably convince myself that there's a chance we have a good defense this year. But in all reality, our cornerbacks are trash. So 51 points combined feels easy, and then I think the Lions win. So go ahead and parlay that. Then I have another long shot for this week. So your locks and long shots.
All right, my locks, I am 45, 24, and 1. I'm sitting real pretty on those right
Phenomenal.
now. Still have the Packers to make the playoffs open. That starts this week, hence the Sunday Fun Day shirt. Actually more of a Friday Fun Day this week, but you win some, you lose some.
Before you go on, have you seen all the stuff about them playing in Brazil?
Yeah, it's
bad. Like, why are they playing there? They're telling the players to not leave the hotel because it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Slay was just shitting on the NFL today.
I did see that one. Yep.
He said, my family's not coming. They told us not to bring family. They told us to stay in the hotel room. It's like, why even play there? What's the monetary gain if all these fans are going to get robbed outside the stadium?
Well, and I'm pretty sure there's like a coup or something going on I don't know if it's Brazil. Yeah, somewhere in South America. It's not grand.
Seems like a good place to play NFL.
I'm also confused what jerseys each team is wearing because they're not supposed to wear green.
Oh, yeah.
So I know the Eagles are wearing black helmets. I don't know if they're just going to wear their black and the Packers wear white.
That's probably going to be it.
But like the Packers are still going to have.
Is it like some gang shit or something?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's something about gangs, and like the only team that wears green is the Brazil home soccer team, I think, or something like that. I don't know.
Why are they playing there? There's so many countries you could have went. You could have played Japan. They do the England stuff. You could have went Spain. Spain's probably got some football fans, and you chose Brazil.
Yeah.
You could have gone to Chile, Argentina. Do another Mexico. Did they drop the Mexico this year, or are they doing it again?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I don't get it.
Anyways, last week we had Wisconsin, Western Michigan under 57. That was a dub, finished 28-14. And then we had Georgia minus 13.5. I said it was easy. All we needed was 2 touchdowns. It was as easy as that. So
needed 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and you got way more.
Yep. So 2-0 last week on those. This week we're going Ravens +3. Chiefs just don't ever cover, and I'm going to stick to that trend. And then we're going to go Northwestern moneyline -142 against Duke. This is Northwestern's chance to formally join the do not bet list to start the year. So
are they the home team?
They are the home team. Their temporary field looks cooler than their old field, and I've heard that people are complaining that they actually like the temporary field more than the field that they're going to be getting, even though it's not even built, their hypothetical field. So yeah, I'm taking it based on the field, and this is the Big Ten's chance to get revenge on the ACC for Minnesota last week, even though I did bet on North Carolina last week. So Northwestern -142. Northwestern money line. For long shots, you don't have my record in here, so I'm not going to say it. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Still open. Soto, home run leader, obviously. Last week was rough. Florida money line, they just got shit pumped by a bad quarterback and Miami. Granted, they also have a bad quarterback because Graham Mertz is not good. Then we had the LSU USC over parlayed with Florida +3.5. Like I said, Florida got shit pumped. LSU USC was not high scoring, so that was also an L. So we're going 0-2 on those. This
for
week,
anybody listening that wonders is
no, don't worry about it.
1950-1.
You shouldn't have worried about it, but this week we're going Packers money line. Like I said, season starts on Friday. Sunday fun day. Coming Friday fun day. I just think weird shit's going to happen here in Brazil. And what a better way to prove that the Super Bowl logo color is yours than by beating the other green team in your conference on the first game of the season. So Packers money line +114. And then I got one crazy one. We kind of did these last year a little bit, so I'm going to start it early. We're going with the 4x100 parlay. That's what I'm calling it, the 4x100. It's a +11,271 odds. $10 gets you 112,000. No, $10 would get you 11,000.
Yep.
Yeah. $10 for $1,137.15. $27.15 profit, whatever. We're going DJ Moore, 100+ receiving yards. Kenneth Walker the third, 100+ rushing and receiving. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100+ receiving. And then my favorite leg of all, Devon Achane, 100+ rushing and receiving. So only one I'm a little bit worried about is DJ Moore. DJ Moore is going up against the Titans. Plus there's Caleb Williams, first game of the year. My only thought is there's so many weapons. The Titans can't cover them all. If there's anybody that's going to have a huge game, it's going to be DJ Moore.
I love these. You hit one last year. The one you hit last year was actually found on Twitter, but I will be tailing the first one, and hopefully that's the one that hits for the season. So, love it. Best of luck. All right. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if it wasn't last week. I mentioned in the past that I was going to be picking every single game of 2024 for college football. And this is your update. This will be a short segment each week, basically just record. I'm obviously not going to go through every game, but just the snapshot. So for week 0, we went 2-2. And then week 1, we went 54, 39-2, which I'll take.
Your record by the end of the season is going to be insanely high number of games.
I mentioned, it's like 100 games a week. It's going to be over 1,700 games, especially with like bowl games, the playoff.
Do you have like a spreadsheet where you can just put like WL and it counts your wins and losses?
I haven't gotten into the equations yet, but I do have a spreadsheet. I was counting it up myself.
Oh God.
But it's color coded. It's looking good. But I might need to hit you up for,
I could have that done for you in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Cause it's like if this is this, then this. I don't remember how to do that. I did take an Excel
just a
class.
count if.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. And I have it in Google Sheets right now, and I hate Google Sheets. I do have Excel, so I got to get it transferred. But I even did day by day. So Thursday I went 10-10-1. Friday was 2-4. Not a good day Friday. Aiden Childs, by the way, take the over. Go fuck yourself. Saturday, though, was my big day. 41-25-1. And then Sunday/Monday, I went 1-1. I did have BC, but I took the over as well in the USC game. So a couple of snapshots here. So Howard, we already hit it. They missed the cover by half a point. Kansas missed their cover by half a point. They were minus 45.5. They won 48-3. And then Duke, I had Duke minus 23.5. They won by 23 over Elon. And then Purdue fucked me 49-0. I had under 48.5. They did score early in the fourth, so it's no big deal. But the other one, this one wasn't a close loss. It was just the worst pick of the week. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do worst pick of the week and then just the snapshots. I took Texas Tech minus 34. They were at home against Abilene Christian. Never heard of them. But this game went to overtime. Yep. A team that was minus 34 went to overtime and won by 1 point on a missed extra point. Or no, Abilene Christian went for 2 and didn't get it. So just ridiculous. Yeah, had a couple pushes in there. You're going to get those. But I will say, for as many close losses I had the same amount of close wins that I'm not mentioning because I just counted them as wins. But obviously the close losses stand out. There was a couple, 2-point misses. There was one, I didn't write it down, but a team missed the extra point for the cover. It was one of those half pointers. It was blocked.
Are you assuming, so if we wanted to calculate your profits and losses on this, say with just units, are you assuming all these are like minus 110?
That's exactly what I was going to do. If I ever calculate it, it'll be minus 110 because some of them were plus 100, some were minus 110. I think just about all of them were minus 110, really. I did have a money line in there, though, that was minus 155, but maybe I'll go minus 120 to keep it safe because I had a minus 155 money line that I put down. But honestly, shocked that I was above 500. When I was counting it up, Saturday started so bad. I was terrible in the noon slate. But then I got hot in the 3:30 slate. So maybe that's another thing I could do is somehow separate it by slate so I can find out when I should bet if I'm going to bet.
I should have just sent you my college football spreadsheet because that does the same thing. So
maybe. But yeah, it was fun to go through it and see how I did, especially not watching much football because I was over in Philly. But yeah, hopefully I finish the year above 500. I doubt I will, especially as the season goes on and I put less research into it. But so far, above 500. So 56, 41, and 2 overall. So
not bad.
We'll take it. All right. Speaking of college football, let's start with your Wisconsin boys. I wasn't able to watch the game on Friday, but I woke up to your text messages, and you did not seem like a happy camper.
Yeah, so I was obviously at the wedding. I didn't watch a ton of it. I did flip it on my phone for a little bit. There was an outdoor area, so I just went outside. It was, so obviously this wedding was in Wisconsin, a lot of Wisconsin fans there. People were watching it anyways. One of the guys that I went to high school with actually came up to me and said something about how he does something with the team. I don't know exactly what he was saying. It was too loud to understand what he was actually saying. There was drinks, both of us, whatever.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. He said he does something with the team, and he said they are not going to be good this year. And I was like, great, awesome.
That's where you say, okay, equipment boy, thanks.
Well, and I was like, I kind of get it because like I was never super hyped about Tyler Van Dyke. Like he wasn't good last year, just whatever. It was 10-7 at half. We're playing Western Michigan. This shouldn't have happened. Maybe Western is better than we think. I don't know.
No,
I don't think so. Box score wasn't pretty. We didn't really use Chaz Malusi until the second half, which was kind of weird. And I think we also had this problem last year where I was like, we're just not using our star running back until the second half. Pretty sure that happened last year.
100%. Braylon Allen was bitching. He was going to transfer.
I don't know about that.
He was coming to Michigan until he was like, Corum's not going to give up that spot.
I don't know about that, but yeah, Tyler Van Dyke just didn't look great. I know there was one point where I texted our group chat and I was like, I got a little bit overhyped, and I said, "Is Luke Fickell the next Scott Frost?" Or not even the next Scott Frost. I think I just said, "Is Luke Fickell Scott Frost?" And then
Maybe.
we
Time
scored a
will tell.
touchdown, and I said, "All right, we're back." So
Western was up 14-13 with 14 minutes left in the fourth. That's what I
Yeah.
remember looking at when I woke up.
I mean, like I said to you guys, there was a reason this game was on a Friday and not Saturday. I think the most embarrassing moment of the game was when we let Western run a fake field goal on us for about 30 yards and almost scored a touchdown. That was embarrassing. Yeah. But I just think this season might be a roller coaster ride. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. I don't want to say it's going to be exciting because it could just be an absolute shit show. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't appreciate you throwing in your secondary team before my team here. I see what you did there, and I'm not going to allow it.
Well,
I'm not
would you like me to just continue?
No, I'm not going to allow it. So
Fine.
For those of you that can't see what we're looking at here, we do a document every week just for a basic outline so we have something to follow. And for the last 111 episodes, we've always done your team or my team first, then the other person's team. All of a sudden, 111 episodes in, Frankie decides, let me just throw in my secondary team on here. No. We're not doing that. I should have just asked
just noteworthy
from the document. No. Let's talk about my team, because my team went through similar struggles as yours. Lackluster performance, a little bit sketchy for a second, thought we might lose, outrageous. So the number one problem with Michigan is we don't have a quarterback. Just plain and simple. I think I even said it last week. I was hopping on the Orgy hype train. I don't know that we'll actually ever hear Orgy in the end zone this year. The dude cannot throw a football. Have you know that Moneyball scene where he's like, Billy, this is so-and-so.
Yeah.
His only problem is he can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Fucking Alex Orgy's only problem is that he can't hit the broadside of a barn with a football.
Billy, this is Alex Orgy. He's a 5-star prospect quarterback coming out of whatever state. He's got a sweet last name, and people say it's an orgy in the end zone when he scores. The only problem is he can't play quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it was crazy. So going into the game, it was announced that Warren was going to be starting. Davis Warren, cool story, had leukemia in high school, walked on at Michigan. He's been sitting behind all year. All of a sudden, he's the starter. Not sure he deserves that position. Everybody thought it was going to be Orgy. They were kind of switching him in and out, but they did the same thing they did last year. Whenever Orgy came in, you knew he was going to run the ball. He did have a passing touchdown, which was cool, I guess. But there was one play that I can't get the image out of my mind. He's rolling out of the pocket. I'm like getting hype. I'm like, oh, Orgy's outside the pocket. This could be a sweet throw on the run. He could just run it. He winds up to throw, and it lands in the dirt 5 yards before his receiver, wide open receiver cutting across to the sideline. I couldn't believe how bad of a pass it was, and I think you could have me rip your dab pen 3 times and chug 2 beers, and I could throw a better throw on the run in that situation. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if, like, our boys are nervous because of the hype of last year winning the ship, but I have said that ship will last me for a long time, but that doesn't mean that you can go out there and go 5-7 the year after. And then people are like, oh, you got to let Sharon Moore, revamp and get his guys in there and blah, blah, blah. And everybody knew Michigan was going to take a step back for the winning championship. No, fuck that. Why do we got to take a step back? Bama, Georgia, Clemson never took a step back after they won it. Why do we got to take a step back? Why can't we just build? We didn't lose anybody on defense. We lost our whole offensive line. I get that. The offensive line also looked like shit. But you're telling me you had all these months to prepare and you couldn't get a quarterback that could throw a ball? I don't get it.
I mean, the Big Ten as a whole didn't look great this week. I mean, there was obviously a couple teams that did.
Lackluster. Even Ohio State, they just got hot at the end.
Yeah, when I looked at Ohio State and saw they went 52-6, I was like, "Damn, they blew them out." But it was, I'm actually pulling it up right now.
Until like middle of the third quarter.
It was 17-3 at half.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, Oregon didn't look good. Penn State,
as bad as Michigan.
Yeah, Penn State looked okay. Michigan didn't look good. Wisconsin didn't look good. Northwestern, obviously, but they're shitty. UCLA, they're shitty.
Iowa, Iowa looked awesome. I don't want to get off Michigan just yet, but Iowa might have an offense. They did play an FCS school, so I don't know. But Caden McNamara looked like he knew what he was doing. Anyways, back to Michigan. I just feel like our coaches may have taken the standpoint of, we won it all last year. Let's just, mail it in, get some recruits in here. Fuck that, dude. Let's win some games. You got a 12-team expanded playoff. If you continuously make the playoffs, recruits are going to flood in, and Michigan will be a powerhouse for years to come. I don't know why we're taking this approach of, let's put the leukemia kid in there. It's a good story. This isn't the fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's college football. FBS, Big Ten football. Don't put leukemia kid in because he made a wish and wants to be the fucking starting quarterback for a game. Fuck that. Put in Orji. Make him throw the ball. Fuck the Make-A-Wish kid. Now, I will say, Davis Warren, he makes the right reads. There's a couple bad drops. However, when he throws the ball, it just looks like a duck off the rip. There's no power behind the ball. And I don't know, maybe I was spoiled with J.J. McCarthy. Maybe I didn't realize how big some of his throws were. But I feel like he wasn't that impressive either. I don't think he deserved to be a first-round pick.
No.
And then Donovan Edwards, man, I don't know if it's the offensive line's fault, but it felt like every single one of his runs was 2 yards and then he falls to the ground. Bounce something outside, spin move, juke, something. I will say their last offensive drive, it looked like they got something cooking. They marched down the field, run play after run play, 10, 15 yards, and then they punched in the end zone. But this game probably should have been 23-3, and that would have looked a lot worse than 30-3. They got a pick six late. Shout out to the defense. Defense looked awesome. Not going to complain. Or no, it was 30-10. It should have been 23-10, I think. That and a 13-point win is a lot different than a 20-point win, especially at home, first game of the year. That atmosphere was busted. So time will tell. We got Texas this week. I'm honestly not going to lie to you. I'm fucking terrified. I just don't want to get blown out. But I have this other thought, and then I'll move on. What if Michigan, they can't steal Steins anymore, right? So they got to do something different to confuse the competition, okay? What if they told Alex Orji, don't throw the ball. If you got an open receiver, put it in the dirt. Unless it's third down, get the first down. What if they purposely disguised our quarterback play? So Texas kind of lays back and says, we got Ewers, we got a defense, we're going to blow them out. And then they come to the big house, and then Orji just goes out there like fucking prime Mike Vick with the Eagles slapping 80-yard tutters.
My thought is I'm actually looking at the Texas box score from last week. I don't think it would matter if they game planned them for not.
Texas played Colorado State, not as good as Fresno State.
I don't know about that.
No, that's actually proven. They have apparently. This is the other thing. I'm heavy on Michigan Twitter, and I kind of like dove deep because we played bad, right? There's apparently it's like G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G6, and it's almost like Ken Pom rankings, right? For
yeah.
It's like they throw them in these like Michigan is G1, Texas is G1, Wisconsin's in that too. Colorado State's a G6, and Fresno State is G5, but they are the top of it. Fresno State has had 2 10-win seasons in a row. They haven't lost by more than, I think it was 10 points in the last 2 years, so Michigan did that to them. So that's just something to think about. But Texas, I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like they didn't look incredible. They looked great.
Yeah, I mean, even Arch Manning going 5 for 6 with 95 yards and a touchdown is
exactly
impressive.
And then, Ewers is probably Heisman hopeful. So enough about our teams. Oh, sorry, your secondary team. What do you want to say about those fuckers? Yeah,
so Quinn Ewers doesn't matter. He's not winning the Heisman. I'll tell you who is winning the Heisman. It's going to be Nico Immaculate from Tennessee. He is fucking incredible. So for those of you who do not know who Nico is, he is starting quarterback. He's a not a true freshman, redshirt freshman.
Did they redshirt him last year? I thought he played a couple games.
Well, as long as he didn't play 4 games. Yeah, as long as he didn't play 4 games, he was good. I think he got redshirted, but he was a 5-star recruit, number 1 overall recruit in the nation. Came to Tennessee. Yesterday was his first, or not yesterday, this weekend was his first start. Granted, we were playing Chattanooga. Tennessee won 69-3. Nice. Nico went for 314 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half, which set a school record, mind you, for one of the, I'd say, probably longest historied teams in the nation, I would think. Probably. Yeah, Tennessee looked phenomenal. The defense looked phenomenal. Blocked punt for a touchdown. I believe there was not any interceptions, but
He is a redshirt
backups.
freshman, by the way.
Yeah, backups basically played the entire second half. Dylan Sampson is the next Jalen Wright. He went 12 for 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. Absolutely insane. And Squirrel White is still here. He barely had to do anything. 2 for 22 on receiving. Didn't have to do anything, and we still just absolutely stomped him. So I think Tennessee sneakily could be in contention for the SEC championship this year.
I think the only thing that Tennessee's going to run into is their schedule is so hard.
Not really, though, because
Oklahoma, Bama, Georgia, Kentucky, Florida, those are all hard games. Mississippi State. It's just the SEC is so hard unless you're one of the top dogs.
I don't think after the way Florida played, I don't think Florida's going to be good. I don't really know about Arkansas.
And it's not in the swamp.
Yep. Kentucky's going to Kentucky will be okay. Bama will be good. Oklahoma will give us a run. Mississippi State and Georgia definitely will both give us a run. But I don't know, dude. Nico, if he stays at Tennessee for 2 years, let's not even say that he stays for all 4. I think he could very easily be a number 1 overall pick in the near future.
I hope he does. I was just going to say, I hope he gets to the NFL, and I hope I can draft him because picture the team names with Amaliva.
Yeah.
That's just so good. So good.
But, I mean, even just the highlights that I watched, he is phenomenal. That's all I have to say about them.
Outside of our teams, there's some big stuff we'll hit here shortly, but I think the biggest story was how bad some of these good teams looked. Oregon, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida State. I don't know if we can really call them a good team. Florida looked terrible. What was the other one? There's one more big, like, what the fuck? LSU, but I'm not on the hype train. The big news is Florida State. Monday night, they lost to Boston College. For those of our listeners that aren't on Twitter, there was actually a guy that said earlier in the week, if Florida State loses to BC, I will eat dog shit out of a red Solo cup with a spoon. And then he said, book it. So obviously Florida State lost. Twitter went for his head. And it got to the point where he deleted his Twitter, but then people found his Instagram, his Snapchat, his Facebook. He's getting hounded. I think he has to eat the dog shit.
So apparently I heard that he deleted all social media and he's getting married like next week.
He has a fiance. He's getting married. So
yeah.
I don't think anybody actually found his Snapchat or number, but Jack Mack from Barstool, he's got so many connections. It was Snapchatting him and texting him. But yeah, he deleted his Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can't hide from stuff like that. And why would you even tweet it in the first place, especially with how bad Florida State looked?
Yeah.
DJ Ayungalele, probably the worst 5-star quarterback of all time. What is this? This is his 3rd transfer?
I think so.
Yeah, Clemson.
We talked about it last
Oregon
week.
State, and then now to here. He's probably got 2 more left in him because he's going to get benched this year or injured. But 0-2 to start the year, 2 unranked losses, and just looked so bad last night.
Question for you. Kind of on the same thing as just making hot takes about games. Did you see Barstool Tate, or whatever his name is, the Ohio State guy, and his things that he was going to do for each game if Ohio State lost?
No. Did he make some big list?
Yeah, so he said he personally guarantees that Ohio State is going to go undefeated. Okay. And then if they lose, for each game, he has something that he will he will do for any of those games.
Okay.
Have you
read them all? I got them pulled up.
Sure. There's one on here. There's one on here that I really want to talk about.
So Akron, just hop in when you want to talk about the one. Akron, quit Barstool and get a teaching job at LeBron's Promise School. Western, drive a white Ford Bronco from Maine to California. Can't go over 45 miles an hour. Marshall is get my pilot's license.
Stop.
Okay.
Please tell me you know about the movie We Are Marshall and the situation of Marshall.
Never seen it.
I think it was in the 60s. There's a plane crash that killed the entire Marshall football team, including coaches.
Wow.
And
wild
yeah,
statement, huh?
yeah, that was the big one I wanted to just bring up real quick.
Pilot's license for Marshall. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to fly through these because there's the last one I obviously want to talk about. MSU complete a Spartan death race. Iowa shave my head and donate my hair to the Children's Hospital. That's a good one. Oregon eat 10 yellow marshmallow duck peeps for every point Oregon scores. Nebraska not allowed to eat anything but corn for a full week. Imagine the shits. Yeah. Penn State stand in place for the remove Joe Paterno statue for 24 hours. Purdue get a Drew Brees birthmark tattoo. Northwestern take the ACT until I get a 34.
Basically that's impossible.
Incredible. Yeah. Indiana watch Hoosiers on repeat for 48 hours straight. And then Michigan work for Dave Portnoy for free for a year. There is an asterisk here. I want to know what the asterisk is.
So do I. I wasn't able to find it.
Clarify. Yeah. The asterisk has got to be I'd rather quit or something.
I don't know.
Well, the Marshall one's fucked now that I know the story.
That's crazy.
But we're going to have to track that because I think Ohio State loses a game with the way they look today. And, like, the Big Ten's going to be fucking tough.
I don't know.
I think even MSU is going to have an upset somewhere. I don't think it'll be Michigan or Ohio State, but, like if they play Penn State or, like, Iowa, that'll be considered an upset. Like, I think they snag one.
They could. I don't know.
Childs look like dog shit, but let's get moving here. Last one I wanted to talk about was, did you see the Brian Kelly press conference after the LSU game?
No.
So you'll have to watch it when we get off of here, but basically he's in a press conference, and it reminded me of like somebody that is aware of what can happen with the press and trying to make a statement. So he's talking in the interview, and he's obviously like, oh, it's a tough loss. And then out of nowhere, he's like, we need to finish games. I'm so sick. He's just pounding the table. Like it was so bad where he like reared up and we are and like we got to finish games. And it was just the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. And you could see when it clicked in his head, like, I got to try to get this on Twitter. And it was just stupid. I'm like, dude, you lost the fucking game. You're a bad coach. You have a bad team. Get over it and stop trying to get these clicks. So I wish you watched it because I was going to ask you, do you think he's the worst coach or worst actor? And actor by far and away. If you saw the clip, it's the fakest thing I've ever seen. But he is a pretty bad coach. So who'd they lose to last year? That was like disappointing to start the year. Florida State, right?
I don't remember.
I think it was because I took LSU in that game because they were supposed to be good last year. They weren't. Anything else we need to hit? Let's look at the top 25. Oh, Miami, Florida. Obviously, Florida looked like dog shit. Miami stole all their recruits. You see that?
Yep.
End of the game, they went up to the recruits that were attending, and they said, come to Miami, and the recruits were loving it. They had their phones out, smiling. Some of them went into the tunnel with them. I don't even know if that's legal.
Can't be.
But they did it. Probably not, but it's Miami. I love to see the old Miami back. It's all about the U, baby. You mentioned Georgia blew out Clemson. Oregon. Not concerned about Oregon just yet. Defense is obviously still looking good.
The Dylan Gabriel stat line did not make any sense.
What do you mean? I see he's got 380. Wow. How did he put up those stats and he only put up 24 points?
Exactly.
So he went 41 for 49 for 380 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
How do you only put up 24 points?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the full play-by-play here, huh? So they scored a touchdown, started the drive at their own 29, okay? They punted 0 yards. Missed the field goal, okay? That was like a 60-yard drive, okay? Scored a touchdown, 80 yards. They fumbled at the 22. Then it was halftime. Punted -8 yards, 24 yards downs, field goal, touchdown, punt. So they had a couple turnovers. That's it.
Yeah.
2 turnover on downs and then the fumble. So I guess that's how you have a great stat line and only put up 20. Because that stat line right there, you expect like 49-10. You know what I mean?
100%.
Any other game? Oh, Notre Dame looked pretty good.
Yep.
Defense looked
Marcus
great.
Freeman is a phenomenal coach.
He's a great coach. Who's their quarterback? I feel like I should know this.
Riley Leonard.
Oh, Riley Leonard. That's right.
Yep.
I don't know. I think he's mid, but their running back's great, and their defense looked phenomenal. Did you see the weather at the Penn State game?
No.
It was delayed for like 2 or 3 hours because it was just torrential downpour, lightning. And then when they got back to the stadium, like it was just flooded. So they finished the game quick and then called it. I know what I wanted to talk about. Colorado. Overrated once again. I read that game like a fucking book. They're not in the Pac-12 anymore, are they? Are they?
No, Big 12. Yep.
That's right. So Colorado, they were -9.5. And I don't know if I said on the podcast, but I definitely like told everybody like take North Dakota State. Oh, I did because of the headset, right? I said that on the podcast. Read it like a book. I thought North Dakota State was going to win. I'm shocked they didn't, honestly. But Shedeur Sanders is going to somehow waltz his way to a Heisman ceremony at 3-9. It's going to be stupid.
Speaking of spreads, did you see what the Georgia spread got down to pregame?
No.
It was down to 10.5.
Wow. Should have dropped.
I'm a little bit upset. I couldn't. I was in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I just looked at the Colorado schedule, by the way. They'll squeak away to 6 wins somehow. But yeah. Travis Hunter won't be mad if he wins the Heisman. That dude is good. And the two-way, I won't be mad if he wins the Heisman. But don't sleep on Joe Horn Jr. either.
Yeah.
But Shedeur Sanders, I hate him. He's just too showy for me. But we've gone pretty long, so let's fly through Paige's picks, eh?
Sure.
So for those of you that haven't listened before or need the reminder, Paige's Picks is something we started 2 seasons ago.
I think this is season 3.
Yep. So basically every week we'll talk about it on the podcast. This is for the NFL. Paige is Austin's girlfriend, and we thought it'd be funny for her to pick every game and see how she can do. Last year's standings, Austin, you finished in first place, 170 and 102. I was in second, right behind you, 166 and 106. And then Paige had her best year yet, 156 and 116. So basically, Paige doesn't really watch football. She does, off and on, and she kind of learned to look at ESPN. But she basically just picks off of pure heart and what she remembers. So,
she started watching a lot more last year. Once we moved to Tennessee and have Sunday NFL ticket on our big TV. So,
yep. So basically, this is just our way of kind of previewing NFL each week. And
we should note that I have won both of the last 2 seasons.
You have won both. I choked the first year, and then last year I was sneaking up, but I couldn't get it done. I had to go crazy with the upsets on the last week because I basically just couldn't agree with you.
Could you stop hitting your mic?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Sorry, listeners. All right, so let's start. Ravens at the Chiefs. This is Thursday Night Football.
Paige says Chiefs, I suppose.
How do we do this? Is it Paige, then me, then you?
That's, I think, usually how we did it. Sometimes I would throw in mine, but...
Gotcha. I'm taking the Ravens. They're my long shot. Once again, I don't see Xavier Worthy doing anything, but it's still Mahomes, so not going to be shocked if I'm wrong here, but I'll take the Ravens.
I'm also going to take the Ravens. I think that the Ravens just have more experience, so...
Packers at the Eagles in Brazil. This game is only going to be played if nobody gets shot.
And it's on Friday night. Paige says, Baja, I'll give it to the Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. They're my long shot this week. Or no, they're my lock. Yeah, it's my lock. Yep, taking the Eagles. We talked about earlier. Don't have to go into detail.
Thanks for making it your lock. I will take the Packers.
Yep. Steelers at the Falcons. Ugh.
Paige says, both are gross teams. Falcons. She's on the Falcons.
I just... no faith in Russ until he shows me something. A little Kirk Cousins revenge tour. I think that offense could be fun. Give me the Falcons.
I'm taking it for the exact opposite reasons of what you said. I'm taking the Steelers, and I think it's going to be a Russ prove-it game.
Fair. I doubt it, though. I don't think he can do it. Cardinals at the Bills. Hey, you might be the only believer.
Cardinals at the Bills. Paige says, unfortunately, I want the Cardinals, but I know they will probably lose, so I'll take the Bills. For those of you who don't know, Paige loves... There's like 4 teams in the NFL that she loves. It's the Cowboys,
quick. Dolphins,
Cardinals,
and then the Rams.
Yes, and the Cowboys.
You already said the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
She also hates the Ravens.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
That one random girl years ago.
Yeah, that was named Raven.
Did I already say I'm taking the Bills. The Bills are winning this game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills too. I think it'll be a fun game, though.
Marvin Harrison Jr., first game. Titans at the Bears.
Paige says Titans, but I think both are bad.
I'm buying in on the Bears, unfortunately. I don't think they will win the North, but I think they have a good year. I'll take the Bears.
I'm going to take the Titans. I think Will Levis breakout season is going to be better than Caleb rookie season.
That's fair. Here's the thing: is week one, like teams could lose and then just go and win out. You're also going to have the surprise teams.
I think the Titans are.
My surprise team for this year is going to be the Carolina Panthers.
My surprise team is the Titans.
That's fair. All right, Patriots at the Bengals.
Paige taking the Bengals.
Taking the Bengals as well. Joe Burr.
Full sweep. I'm also taking the Bengals.
I will say, if Jamar Chase doesn't play, this game gets interesting.
No, still the Bengals.
Texans at the Colts.
Paige is taking the Texans.
Yep, I'm on the Texans too. They got the rebuild going the right way, just like the Lions do. Defense, guys up front. They got one hell of an offense. If Stephon Diggs can share the ball, I'll take the Texans.
Take the Texans. I'm also surprised we didn't get a hook'em for this one. Hook'em horns.
Does she only do that for the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. That's right. Jags at the Dolphins.
Paige's favorite team. She's taking the Dolphins.
I'm kind of shocked by the spread, honestly. I thought the Dolphins would be bigger favorites, but I'm taking the Jags. I think they upset them.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Devon Achane.
Backup running back. That's crazy. Panthers at the Saints.
Paige is taking the Saints.
Who even is the Saints quarterback? Is it Derek Carr?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers. I think Bryce Young shows why he was number one overall pick this year. He's got a weapon. He's got two weapons, really. The only thing is he doesn't really have a run game to help him out, but this is a great spot to take the Panthers and sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I waited to pick this one because I wanted to see which way you were going. I wanted you to take the Saints so I could take the Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers anyways. I don't trust either of these teams since week one, so weird shit happens.
I think if the Panthers were playing anybody else, I'd probably take the other team.
I don't know about that, but
I think the only team I wouldn't pick them over is probably like
Patriots.
Oh, yeah, I'd probably take them over the Patriots. I think Patriots are trash until they start Drake May. Vikings at the Giants.
Paige says Vikings ?
I'm riding with the Giants here. Neighbors, big game. And Sam Darnold, he's just not it. They do have Justin Jefferson, though, and Aaron Jones, but I think the Giants can get it done here. In New York.
I think this might be quite possibly the easiest spread of the weekend. I think the Vikings might fucking kill the Giants, so I'm taking the Vikings.
I don't think so. I got to sneeze.
Bless you.
Now I'm awake. Thank you. Raiders at the Chargers. Ooh, this game's fun.
Paige says Raiders.
I don't know if I've said it on the pod. I think I've said it to people. I think the Chargers have a bad year and trade Herbert. Number one overall pick, super rebuild for Jim Harbaugh over there in LA. So take the Raiders. I trust Minshew. He's an okay quarterback.
You're going to love this one. I'm taking the Chargers. QJ game.
No way. He's done. That dude's done.
Quentin Johnston, baby.
Is he the number one out there?
No, Josh Palmer, former Tennessee Volunteer, is their number one.
Oh, that's why you took the Chargers then, huh? You're going to take them every fucking week because of Josh.
No.
Josh Palmer.
No.
Broncos at the Seahawks.
Paige taking the Broncos.
Riding the Seahawks here. I'm not going to buy in on Bo Nix until he shows me, but I don't doubt that he could have an okay year.
I was about to say the same thing. I think he could be okay, but I'm not going to trust it yet, so I'll take the Seahawks.
Seahawks almost made the playoffs last year, and I think people forget that. They were
I forgot that.
Yeah. I think if K9 didn't get hurt and Geno Smith somehow did what he did the year prior, he would have made it in there. But Cowboys at the Browns.
Paige is taking, in all caps, Cowboys.
I want to be a cowboy,
I
baby.
want to be a cowboy, baby.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns. Kind of shocked that they're favored in this one, to be honest with you, but I see why. Good defense at home. Deshaun Watson, prove it year. They get it done.
No, I take back my Vikings take. This is the easiest spread of the entire weekend. Deshaun Watson is not healthy. He's coming off of off-season shoulder surgery for like the last couple weeks. They didn't even know who they were going to start. Jerome Ford is their starting running back because Chubb is still hurt.
Breakout year.
I think he's going to be good, but
you know what happens?
I'd much rather take a fully healthy.
Lots of massages.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead him to be very loose week 1.
Too loose. Slinging it to the wrong people.
No, just loose enough. I bet you. Oh, man.
He's trying to get everyone touches, if you know what I mean.
Why are we disagreeing so much? It's kind of wild. Commanders at the Bucks.
Paige says Commanders. I don't know.
Another rookie quarterback where I'm not real sure. He could have a good year, but Bucks made the playoffs last year. Baker had a good year. Contract year here. Or did he get it? Did he get signed?
No, he got signed.
Oh, not a contract year. But I'll take the Bucks. They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks as well.
I think sneaky good game, though, in the 425 slate. Beautiful weather, it looks like. Take the over. Rams at Lions, Sunday night football.
Paige says, this one is difficult for me because I like the Rams, but also the Lions are technically the home team and didn't suck last year. I think I'm going to have to go with the Rams this first time. So first things first, they're not technically the home team. They are the home team.
That's what I was just going to say. They are the home team.
And they did not suck last year.
No, they had a phenomenal year. Greatest year of my life.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Look, I get that you've seen a championship, but guess what? I've seen something that you haven't. A college football championship.
So you're taking the Lions?
Yes, of course I'm taking the Lions.
Okay, I'll take the Lions.
Appreciate that. I wish I could back your team. If they were playing a lesser opponent, I'd probably back the Packers.
You should want us to beat the Eagles.
No. No, because I got my whole fantasy happiness rides
you
on the
could
Eagles
still have a
offense having a
shootout.
year. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? I won't care that my lock loses if it's a shootout, high scoring, Packers win 42-30, say 39.
Okay.
Because then the Eagles. What is the spread on that game?
3. 2.5, actually.
Eagles are -3. Okay. All right. Last game then. Jets at the Niners in Santa Clara.
Monday night. Paige says, gross, disgusting. I have no desire to see this game. Jets.
I'm also backing the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers has a lot loaded up after missing all of last year except for 4 snaps. And I know he doesn't play well on the West Coast, but it's a new team, new offense. Breece Hall is a great running back, and that defense was really good last year. So I think he stuns in Santa Clara.
I'm going to take the Niners because I don't think Rodgers can beat the Niners. It's just
that's a fair assumption.
This is going to be is it the Rodgers or is it the Packers? Mm-hmm. And I think it's Rodgers.
We're gonna find out. I think that game will be fun to watch. Absolutely.
I do have a question for you.
Go ahead. Make it snappy.
Would you like to do a survivor on the show, just you and I? You pick one team to straight up win a week.
Oh,
you can't use them over again. Yep.
I'd be down for that. Let me peep then.
I'll give my pick because I know who I'm gonna go with.
And wait. Should you wait until I have mine locked in so I can't flip?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, I got mine.
Okay. I am going to go with the Bengals.
Okay, I am too.
Shit. Okay.
I mean, that's just the easy pick.
Yeah.
I'll change if you want. Do you want to just make a rule we can't match?
No, that's fine. Because, once we get using down teams, we're not going to use all 32 teams. So.
Right. Yeah, I think, I don't know if this is your thing as well, but Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, a defense. The Patriots don't have any of that.
I think it's also the biggest spread on the slate. 8.5.
It is.
Yep. So
yep. I think they cover that easy. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. So that's a great idea. I love that. It's easy too, real quick each week. So let's.
How much time are we at? Do we have time for grid?
We're at an hour 9, so let's go fast.
Yeah, it's got to be quick.
It's football season. We got to do at least one more. We might drop. We do end up dropping immaculate grid during the season, but
yeah,
I have to piss too. Across the top: Patriots, Falcons, Hall of Fame going down. Eagles, Chargers, Steelers.
Eagles let's not get basic. Don't get basic. Don't get basic. Don't get basic.
Michael Vick.
You could use that Steelers, Falcons.
Okay, that's actually probably a better spot. Should we do Hall of Fame? I've got some good ones for Hall of Fame, I think. So T.O. for the Eagles. Nah, he's kind of known as an Eagle. Chargers Hall of Fame, Junior Seau. He's a linebacker. I don't know if he'll get used much. There.
I think he does.
15%. Steelers Hall of Fame. We got to go old here. You got Terry Bradshaw. Is it Joe Green? Was he a Steeler? Mean Joe Green?
I don't know. I think Terry's probably the safe pick.
That's probably, yeah. Let's do Terry. We got to go 9 and 9. 30%, not bad. All right, Eagles Hall of Fame. Where can we go here? You got T.O.
Sorry, I wish Deshaun Jackson was in.
Right. T.O. Is Donovan McNabb in there? He put up stats.
No.
I
feel like the NFL Hall of Fame.
Randall Cunningham? You think Cunningham's in there? He played 16 years. Let's just put T.O. Let's do the safe bet for the Hall of Fame. 16%. That's shocking.
Okay.
All right. Patriots, Eagles. I feel like there's a cornerback here.
Gilmore?
No, I'm thinking more like playoff time. Chris Long. Chris Long. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think Gilmore might have been Steelers Patriots though. Which Gilmore, I don't know.
Oh, that's the thing. There's a couple Gilmores. Oh, because you got Stephen Gilmore, and then you got.
It's.
I don't know if he played for the Steelers though.
Yeah, let's leave it and come back.
Let's reset. All right, Eagles Falcons. Can we name somebody that's not Mike Vick?
Zacchaeus.
Great pull. Great.
Wait.
Yeah, 100%.
He's on the Eagles. Okay.
He played last year for him.
Okay.
Come on, trust yourself. Patriots, Chargers. Junior Seau. Shit. I should have saved that. I mean, what other Chargers in the Hall of Fame?
Johnny Smith didn't get there.
No,
Johnny Smith. No.
No. Plus. Who's the safety that got the huge contract with the Chargers and then was trash?
Starts with a D.
Came from the Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. What is his name?
His last name is D, right?
I think so.
What is his name? Is it Darius something?
No.
Darius Butler?
No.
Shit. Damn. All right. We'll got to keep that in the pocket. That's oof.
It's there. We have it.
Derwin James.
Yes. There we go.
Wait, no. Derwin James is really good. He never played for the Patriots. No. That's not it. Nah, Derwin James is good. We'll wait. Patriots, Steelers. That's got to be out there somewhere. Wide receiver, maybe? A white one?
Juju.
That's definitely not a white receiver, but we'll take it. All right, Falcons, Chargers. I think that's the hard one here.
Yeah, I think so.
Running backs. No. Gurley? No, he didn't play for the Chargers. He played for the Rams. Shit.
Melvin Gordon.
I'm going to put in Mike Vick because we know that one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the popular one there. All right.
Damn.
It's not Derwin James. All right, I'm going to focus on that safety / cornerback because he was so good with the Patriots. He got a fat contract from the Chargers, and he was trash.
Why do I feel like there's a tight end for Falcons Chargers? Hunter Henry, Jimmy Graham, Jonnu Smith.
Hunter Henry for Chargers Patriots, though.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Let's run that. There you go. Okay. All right, come on. We're one away here. Falcons, Chargers. Ooh, think kicker.
Youngwei
No.
Koo.
No, they've had Youngwei Koo for a while now, too. What about quarterbacks? Think backup quarterbacks. No.
Matt Ryan. Phillip
D-tackle.
Rivers.
D-end. Cornerback.
Carson Wentz. Desmond Ritter. Tyrod Taylor. E.J. Manuel.
Drew Brees.
E.J. Manuel never would have gotten to the Falcons, did he? Tyrod Taylor never got to the Falcons.
E.J. Manuel might be a good shout if we need
Felipe Franks. Okay, I know.
He has not played a game for the Chargers.
Yeah, he was with the Falcons. If he would have ever gotten traded, he just got cut. Oh, dude, it's gonna piss us off when we get it.
What about was it Stevie something? What is his name?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Johnson. He played for the Chargers and was really good, and then he went to a team, got a contract, and was trash. But I don't think it was the Falcons. I think it was like the Bucs.
I don't know. What about
who's the running back? You might have already said him. He played for the Broncos and the Chargers for sure.
Melvin Gordon?
Yeah, he didn't play for the Falcons.
No.
Fuck.
Dude, this is gonna piss me off.
We're like way over on time. Should we just throw something out there? E.J. Manuel?
Fuck it.
No. What is it? Michael Turner. See, never even heard of that person, first of all. LaDainian Tomlinson for the Hall of Fame, actually. Well, no, we got better percentages. 281. Let's see. Let's look real quick at Falcons Chargers. 8 out of 9, though. Tony Martin, Michael Turner. I don't even know that name. Dwight Freeney is a DN, but yes, this was definitely the hard one. Look at these names.
I can't see them, so you're going to have to tell me what they are.
Michael Turner, the number one, by the way, retired in 2012, so never would have got that. There's no name on here past 2012, which is like right before I feel like you and I got into it. Excuse me. Let's see all players. Maybe we're missing something big. I'm just going to look more at like our times. 2021. Emmanuel Ellerby. You ever heard of him?
Nope.
Joe Gaziano?
No.
Josh Harris?
Maybe.
Jalen Hawkins?
No.
I think these are now defensive players. Casey Hayward, I know that name, but I didn't know he played for the Falcons. I wonder if Eric Weddle's on here. Young Hoku. Are you kidding me?
He did?
Played 4 games for the Falcons in 2017, or for the Chargers in 2017.
What the hell?
Damn it.
That's annoying.
There's no way we would have put that in there. I thought he only has ever played for the fucking...
So did I.
That's it. Yeah, we had no shot there, really. Our ball knowledge ain't there. All right, well, that wraps us up. For those of you that may have missed last week, we have axed roulette. We finished up 170 for the year. So we decided to take that run to the sunset, especially have more time to talk sports. So with that being said, everybody have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties, and we'll talk to you next week.
Skinny Hyena versus Franke coming this week. Boom.